MindsEye's Hitman crossover delayed, community reacts. The anticipated Hitman crossover mission for MindsEye has been postponed, leaving its community craving new content. There's absolutely no incentive to return to this game right now. Build a Rocket Boy, the studio behind MindsEye, has announced that the previously scheduled Hitman mission, in collaboration with publisher IO Interactive, will not be launching in July as initially planned. Instead, the release has been pushed back to an undetermined date in the future. In their latest communication, the studio expressed, "We are eager to bring you this thrilling crossover when the timing is right, and we'll share more updates as soon as we can." Looking ahead, Build a Rocket Boy has outlined plans for 2 additional updates aimed at enhancing game performance. Notably, in August, players can expect the introduction of skippable cutscenes, which many have been eagerly awaiting. It's been just over a month since the launch of MindsEye, and we truly appreciate your support and the detailed feedback you've provided, the team shared on Reddit. Your insights are instrumental in guiding our ongoing efforts to improve the game. However, since this announcement, numerous players on the game's Discord have expressed their frustration over the absence of a clear roadmap for MindsEye and its content. While it's good to know that the Hitman mission is delayed, there's nothing substantial to draw players back until after September, one user commented. Another added, "What's the point of purchasing the Premium Pass or Deluxe Edition if we aren't receiving the promised content?" This sentiment was met with a blunt response from another user. "Just cash-grabbing pucks." Another Discord member remarked, "We definitely want the game to be fixed, but we also need new content. Otherwise, there's no reason to keep trying to fix the issues." Some even suggested that Build a Rocket Boy should consider re-releasing MindsEye in an early access format, similar to what was done with Splitgate 2. "As a console player, I see no reason to come back to this game," lamented yet another user on the MindsEye Discord. These frustrations are mirrored on the MindsEye subreddit, where one user expressed, "I want more missions added to MindsEye, both community-created and developer-made, as promised. We also need essential fixes for free roam, such as different playable characters, drivable vehicles, and time of day changes." Others voiced their annoyance that the studio's update post lacked any meaningful information. "This update is completely devoid of substance. Are you serious?" one reply stated. MindsEye was released earlier this year, but it faced a rocky start. Many players encountered significant issues, including character distortion bugs and performance stutters upon launching the game. Before the game's release, the CEO of Build a Rocket Boy suggested that negative reviews might have been orchestrated through paid efforts against the studio, a claim that the publisher did not support. In Eurogamer's review of MindsEye, writer Rick Lane noted, "While it shows some initial promise, MindsEye is ultimately let down by a ludicrous storyline, inconsistent writing, poorly crafted mission scenarios, and horrendous combat mechanics." The game received a 1-star rating. MindsEye roadmap revealed, Hitman crossover delayed, and key updates for August. What happens when a highly anticipated game flops at launch, but the developer refuses to give up? MindsEye's troubled journey is a masterclass in persistence, community engagement, and controversy. But the road ahead remains anything but certain. Earlier this year, the release of MindsEye sent shockwaves through the gaming community, but not for the reasons its creators at Build a Rocket Boy had hoped. Instead of celebration, the game was met with a barrage of negative reviews and technical criticisms, casting a shadow of job insecurity over many of the studio's developers. Public frustration soared, and some online forums even jokingly dubbed the game the year's biggest misstep. But here's where things get really interesting. Rather than bowing to the backlash, the developers have doubled down, vowing to overhaul their rocky launch. In a recent update posted on Reddit, Build a Rocket Boy addressed the mounting concerns and laid out their plans to rebuild players' trust. They even teased a crossover event with the iconic Hitman franchise, a move that has sparked both excitement and skepticism, especially since IO Interactive, the force behind Hitman, is also MindsEye's publisher. Addressing their passionate fan base, the team began by acknowledging, "It's been just over a month since we released MindsEye, and your direct feedback has played a key role in guiding our efforts. We want everyone's experience to get better with each update." Over the past month, they've pushed out 3 patches aimed squarely at fixing bugs and smoothing performance problems, all in direct response to user reports. While they're proud of this progress, the developers caution that upcoming updates might become less frequent, but also more impactful, focusing on substantial changes rather than small fixes. And this is the part most people miss. Despite their renewed commitment, the highly anticipated Hitman crossover, originally promised for July, has been quietly delayed. No new release window has been offered, with the studio simply stating that it'll arrive when the time is right. Does this cautious tone signal larger issues behind the scenes? Fans are left to wonder. Looking ahead, the studio says August will deliver the game's fourth major performance patch across both PC and console platforms. This isn't just technical tinkering. Users can finally expect some of the most requested features, including the ability to skip cutscenes and unlock user-generated content on PC instantly. Two improvements players have been clamoring for since launch. Then in September, the MindsEye team plans yet another sweeping update on all systems. Although exact details are scarce, the developers promise additional performance boost and gameplay enhancements. Since past updates have been criticized for vagueness, will the next patches truly transform the core experience? Or is this just another round of empty promises? Still, the elephant in the room remains. Will these efforts be enough to redeem the game's reputation or the studio's future? Shortly after the initial disappointing release, Build a Rocket Boy faces severe internal turmoil, with layoffs hitting the team as negative feedback and technical blunders piled up. The sting was sharpened by reviews like GameSpot's, which described MindsEye as stringent and relentlessly dull, ultimately slapping it with a harsh 3 out of 10 rating, while even managing to gloss over some of its worst bugs. So what do you think? Can a troubled game truly make a comeback when its development team genuinely listens and responds to the community? Or are the odds stacked too high after such a disastrous start? Share your thoughts below, even if you disagree. For those who think patience and persistence can win the day, is this the redemption arc the industry needs? Or just another hopeful fantasy? Let us know where you stand in the comments. MindsEye roadmap revealed, updates, fixes, and a delayed Hitman crossover. In a surprising turn of events, MindsEye, the troubled debut from Build a Rocket Boy, is unveiling a detailed roadmap aimed at addressing the myriad issues that plagued its launch. But here's where it gets controversial. Alongside this plan, the studio has indefinitely postponed a highly anticipated crossover with a celebrated stealth franchise. Just launched last month, MindsEye was heralded as the latest venture from Build a Rocket Boy, a fledgling studio led by Leslie Benzies, a veteran producer known for his work on the Grand Theft Auto series. Despite this pedigree, the game's initial release was a letdown, marred by significant technical glitches, perplexing design decisions, and a paucity of content. The backlash was immediate, leading to the layoff of over 100 employees from Build a Rocket Boy. Following the storm of criticism, Benzies reportedly embarked on a plan to relaunch MindsEye, hoping to revitalize the game's fortunes. Now, Build a Rocket Boy seems committed to this vision, having announced 2 upcoming updates designed to bring about more substantial changes. The first of these, Update 4, is set to arrive in August and will include performance boosts, the ability to skip cutscenes, and immediate access to user-generated content on PC. In September, Update 5 will focus on enhancing the game's core mechanics, though the specifics remain undisclosed. However, these updates come with a catch. The eagerly awaited crossover mission featuring Hitman's iconic Agent 47, initially scheduled for July, has been indefinitely delayed. Build a Rocket Boy has stated that the crossover will launch when the time is right, likely after the studio has had the chance to address the numerous problems with MindsEye through the upcoming patches. Many fans are left feeling let down by these developments, wondering why the game wasn't released later to allow more time for optimization. This decision seems to have contributed significantly to the massive reputational damage and the layoffs that followed the premature launch. Only time will tell if Build a Rocket Boy can redeem MindsEye, much like studios did with Cyberpunk 2077 or No Man's Sky. What do you think? Do you believe Build a Rocket Boy can turn things around? Share your thoughts in the comments.